What's going on, ladies and gents? Brett Miller here, Metal Guitar Academy. Happy to be with you once again. So I want to do a short lesson today about phrasing and really, in particular, injecting some interest. Couple of fairly simple yet very useful ideas to just immediately inject some interest into your soloing, into your phrasing. So here we go. Now I'm going to be playing a C major scale for this. I may just stick to one fingering just to make it easy for you guys to follow. We'll see. But basically a big problem that a lot of students have when they first get into improvising, or again, not even first getting into it, you know, you get people who've been playing for 20 years and they never felt like they could get the hang of sounding good, sounding interesting when they're playing. Okay, so one thing that's a big problem that a lot of people complain about is they feel like that everything they play kind of sounds like they're running a scale. Even if you have some interesting rhythmic ideas, perhaps, a lot of times people just feel like, okay, now that's not horrible, right? But what's going on there that people are finding boring sometimes that they don't realize is they are just all the time kind of trending up or trending down. Okay, and so we need a couple ways that we can intentionally kind of break out of some of that where it just sounds like you're linearly going up a scale, linearly going down. There's some things we can do with sequences to break that up. But again, even if I'm going like this, it's patterny, can be cool a little bit, but what's something we can get to just break out of that trend of just feeling like it's this kind of constant line trending up? Well, one thing, first easy thing to think about is why don't we take the common 3-note per string finger patterns. Okay, in this case, again, I'm just doing C major. I use that fingering right there. Any of them are going to work. Okay, but we'll use this one here. I'm on the 8th fret. In fact, why don't I write it out for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm doing. There we are. So I am playing this right now. It is just a C major fingering. Now the track I'll play over is going to be A minor. It's the same exact notes. I won't get into that right now, this lesson, but just keep in mind, notes in C major exactly the same as the notes in an A minor scale. So I'm using this fingering right here if I do it in the tab. Okay. And if we write it up here, yeah, we'll just do it right up here. Why not? It would be this, if we're looking at it in the dot form. Okay, so this is what I'm using. Okay, we're going to put on a nice A minor track here in a moment, but here's what's happening, okay? First thing we're going to do is, if we want to break that pattern that we may have of always trending up, trending down, okay? Linearly, sort of. What if we take the common 3-note per string fingerings, and we'll do this. Every other string, you're going to play either 2 notes or just 1 note. So you're going to think of this as the exact same finger pattern. This is not some new thing called the hexatonic major or some ridiculous stuff like that that makes no sense. Okay, this is just the major scale. Phrasing wise, we're simply going to be breaking it up into a slightly different configuration. So now, even something like that, all I did was play the scale up, but it had a bit more interest to it. Notice what I did here. All 3 strings right there, 2 strings here. I left out this one right here, the F. Gives it a little kind of almost pentatonic-y flavor, but it's got the 3 down here. Now I played 3 strings here. Okay. I'll do 2 here, 1 here. That might not have been exactly the configuration I did, but the point is 1 note there, and then 3 up there. Kind of interesting. Okay, I'm going to play over the track here for a little bit. Kind of a jazz fusion backing track in A minor. This is DPZ guitar, just for the credit here on the YouTube. Kind of says Guthrie Govan style. So A minor scale / C major. Three notes here. 2 notes. 2 notes up there. Or could be those 2 notes, those 2 notes. 1 note. One note. 2. 1 note. 1 note. Now I'll just play a little bit. Try just to be careful. Wrong note there. 3 notes there on those strings. All 3. Two notes per string, 1 note there. Three notes there, okay? You get the picture. Still trying to be rhythmically interesting, of course. But if you have that idea that you're focusing on, that you're engaged with as you're playing, it's also a great way to keep yourself engaged and not to start mindlessly moving your fingers around, because since you've got that goal, okay, I'm going to frame my jamming this way, you're going to be more engaged in the moment with, okay, I did 3 notes there. Oh, let me do something where it's 1 note here. And you're going to automatically get some more interest there. Okay? Now, what's the second idea that we can do here? Second thing that's kind of easy, all right, to do, or at least to throw in, okay, to practice. By the way, when we practice these things, it's okay to overdo them. If you're in the real world, quote unquote, soloing with these things, jamming, okay, you may not do it as much as we're doing right here, but of course when we're practicing we want to overdo, all right? So next thing we can do here, skip strings. Again, fairly easy, just kind of thing to think about, to throw in, okay? So we're going to skip strings here. So instead of doing something like this, I'm just going to skip over the B string. Okay. So if anybody's just joining us, these are just two quick ideas. We already got through one of them, so got on too late if anybody just joined. But this is always replayable, of course. So two ways, very specifically, that you can just add a little bit more interest to your soloing when we're doing 3-note per string scales. Okay, because a lot of people, they tend to just think that they're, or they are concerned that even if they're trying to be rhythmically interesting, it just sounds like they're kind of trending up and down linearly like that. So here's the second way, okay, that we can do this is just intentionally skipping over a string. So let's say I start here. Again, just a refresher, I'm using this particular scale fingering right now, the C major / A minor. Okay, there it is in tab, there it is up there. And playing over a little A minor jam track here on the YouTubes. So if I start here, I'm going to skip right over the A string. Continue right there. I'm going to skip right over the G string. Then maybe I'll do this, okay? But I'm skipping over those strings. I'll still do 3 per string. Come down, skip over the B string. Skipping over the D string, obviously, right? So, or the, yeah, D string. I'm honestly not even thinking that much. I'm just intentionally keeping in my mind, hey, I want to skip over that string. And you notice how it immediately is going to give you a different sense of the phrasing here without really having to go nuts. And I can go very slow, it doesn't have to be speedy. Okay, so it's not about playing fast necessarily, although the fast licks can sound just a little legato business. When people play it away, it kind of sounds like they're doing this or something, doesn't it? But you can tell I'm just staying in one place with this. Okay, so do that with any fingering. I mean, you know, any 3-note per string fingering. I stuck with this one today for this. But those are just two interesting ways, okay? And you know, when I was just jamming it, kind of combining them both, because the first way, of course, is just using maybe just 1 or 2 notes every other string instead of doing 3 notes per string all the time. Okay, you combine both of them, you get some really interesting sounds. It's not about how fast you're doing it; it's really about that rhythmic interest. Of course, you cannot remove that from the equation. That's kind of the most important, but these add some nice little flavors in there to your phrasing. Okay, so that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching Metal Guitar Academy. I am Brett Miller, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Again, I'm trying to do this mostly every day. I mean, at least weekdays. So follow or whatever you do. I guess you know, this is live streaming to the 3 different platforms, but on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, get on there. Metal Guitar Academy is kind of new to Twitch, and I'm trying to get up to the 50 follower, you know, kind of tier here, so that people can become subscribers and support the channel a little bit. Okay, so if you're not on Twitch, twitch.tv / Metal Guitar Academy, I believe, and just follow it. Okay, help me get there. Okay, everyone, appreciate it. I will see you very soon.